Carín León is taking Muda to the Sphere in Las Vegas for 7 shows, and Ruby News starts there. From live dates to chart news and legacy stories, we've got a wide music mix today. Olivia Rodrigo lands at number 2 in the UK, Dionne Warwick calls her next project her final album, and Beyoncé's business headline hits billionaire territory. We start with the biggest current names and the busiest live announcements. Carín León is taking Muda on a major 2026 tour that includes U.S. arena dates and international stops in Japan, Argentina, Mexico, and other countries. He'll also play a 7-show residency at the Las Vegas Sphere in September. León called it a very, very important tour and said it's the biggest production they've ever had on a tour before. He says Muda brings a more global sound while still feeling authentic and more sincere. On stage, he wants to keep the party atmosphere his shows are known for, while adding new staging that visually matches the album's songs. Sara Bareilles has announced Good Grief, her 7th studio album, and her first in 7 years. The album is due out on August 28, 2026, and she's already released the first single, Home. Bareilles says the project is shaped by loss and hope, and she hopes it offers comfort or catharsis. She'll support it with a North American theater tour this fall, starting in Boston on September 9th and wrapping in Seattle on October 19th. American football has added a fall U.S. leg to its previously announced 2026 No Feeling Tour in support of the newly released LP4. The run starts September 8th in Houston and includes stops in Dallas, Orlando, Jacksonville, Charlotte, and Buffalo. 9 Perfect Lives will open on select dates. Fans can get early access through an artist presale and a Live Nation presale beginning Thursday, June 4th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time. The general on-sale is set for Friday, June 5th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time via Ticketmaster. Plus One will donate $1 from every ticket sold to organizations that protect immigrant rights and support deportees, migrants, and refugees. Forbes lists Beyoncé at a $1 billion net worth, with music as the source of that wealth. The milestone ties back to her Cowboy Carter tour, which brought in more than $400 million. A big part of that business picture is Parkwood Entertainment, which Beyoncé founded in 2010 to control every part of her career, instead of handing that control to an outside management company. Olivia Rodrigo's new single, The Cure, debuts at number 2 on the UK official singles chart. It's kept off the top spot by Rein Me In, the Sam Fender and Olivia Dean duet, which stays at number 1. Even so, The Cure reaches number 1 on the UK official physical singles sales, and official vinyl singles charts. It also gives Rodrigo her 10th top 10 hit on the UK official singles chart. The pace shifts here, but the names stay familiar. Dionne Warwick is calling her upcoming project her final album. An exclusive feature frames it as a career-closing moment for the iconic singer. No release details or collaborators were verified in the available source, but the announcement itself makes clear she sees this as the last chapter of her recording work. A career milestone lands with some gravity before we move into film news. Sony Pictures is developing a Shania Twain biopic titled Shania, with Leah McKendrick set to write and direct from her own original script. Twain will produce the project alongside Amy Karp. McKendrick's past work as a pop singer-songwriter reportedly helped her land the job. This week's latest music reviews group together 3 new albums from Paul McCartney, Ed O'Brien, and Kevin Morby. McCartney's The Boys of Dungeon Lane comes across as nostalgic and reflective, with memory and his own life at the center. The review says it's mostly played by him. It also describes the record as his most nostalgic collection of originals, even if it stops short of calling it a fully cohesive concept album. O'Brien's Blue Morpho is his second solo release, and it leans more into psychedelic atmosphere than lyrics. It closes with a nearly 10-minute track called Obrigado. Morby's Little Wide Open is his 8th release, and the review hears it wrestling with hometown tension, impending fatherhood, and middle-age introspection. Aaron Dessner produced the album, with contributions from Bon Iver and Lucinda Williams. Weezer has announced its 20th studio album. It's a self-titled release called Weezer, due August 20th through Reprise and Warner Records. The album includes We Might As Well Be Strangers, a duet with Wednesday frontwoman Carly Hartzman, with Rivers Cuomo sharing vocals. It also features a 10-song track list, and Shine Again, which first arrived in April, is on the record. Weezer says the album was shaped after its 30th anniversary tour. in an Orange County rehearsal space with a live, back-to-basics recording approach. Smashing Pumpkins are gearing up for the Rats in a Cage tour, built around playing melancholy and the infinite sadness in full. Jimmy Chamberlin says the band wants to approach those songs with an adult sensibility, and he describes the tour version as super heavy. The band is also moving on to new studio work. Billy Corgan says they recently recorded a new song with producer Butch Vig. Chamberlain says they spent 5 or 6 days in a Los Angeles studio working on drums, guitars, and bass with Corgan, James Iha, and Vig. A strong rock finish to the middle of the show. The last act leans into music history and a more reflective finish. The Beatles' breakup grew out of years of pressure, not one sudden moment. By 1966, they had stopped touring because of exhaustion, crowd noise, and safety concerns. When Brian Epstein died in 1967, the group lost its only manager and central authority. After that, business fights over control of their money intensified, and creative tensions grew too, with John Lennon dismissing Paul McCartney's work as granny songs, and George Harrison feeling overshadowed. Lennon told the others in September 1969 that he wanted out, and McCartney made it public on April 10, 1970, that he would no longer be working with the group. Pink Floyd released The Wall in 1979, and from that album came Comfortably Numb. The song is about being medically revived from a substance-induced stupor just moments before going on stage. But its final shape came from an argument between David Gilmour and Roger Waters, as two very different ideas for the track collided. That tension is part of why the finished song landed so strongly. As David Hartley puts it, Gilmour's playing is so lyrical, simple, and beautiful that you can almost sing every note. Wigmore Hall Live has relaunched as a digital-only platform in partnership with Apple Music Classical. Under the new Artist First model, Wigmore Hall will cover production costs, take no share of recording income, and send 100% of royalties directly to the performing artists. The platform will release 4 digital-only recordings a year, drawn from live performances at Wigmore Hall. Each new release will premiere on Apple Music Classical for 3 months. The first release is Boris Giltberg's live Beethoven program, recorded at Wigmore Hall in February 2025. Manfred Gurlitt left Germany and arrived in Japan in May 1939, after obtaining a special study, observation, and documentary visa. By 1941, he had been chosen as chief conductor and music director of the ensemble that later became the Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra. In 1951, he founded his own opera company in Japan and opened it with the first Japanese staging of Die Zauberflöte. After the war, he also worked with the Fujiwara Opera Company and helped train a generation of singers. Gurlitt later said, "All the singers of opera in Japan are my students," while his own compositions remained far less often performed. That's where we'll leave it for today, with a quiet look back. Thanks for watching Ruby News. We'll be back with more music headlines soon.